guys, it's Darcy. Guess what? I sent out queries last week. I mean, I say last week, it's been like 3 days. It was on Friday and today's Monday, so it hasn't been that long. So I sent queries out Friday around noon, and I did that on purpose so that I would have like the weekend to like get used to the idea that I was gonna start getting rejections. But surprisingly, I got a request like first thing Saturday morning, so that was awesome. And then of course today, Monday, I have so far gotten 3 rejections, so it kind of balances out. I was at work on Saturday night, just driving around delivering pizzas like I do, and I remembered this story, this little anecdote that Will Smith had told about the first time he went skydiving. And in this story, he talked about how he had been like terrified the night before. He was so afraid, so worried. And then he got up there, got suited up, whatever. It was crazy weird. And he got to the edge of the plane and they jumped him out. And all of a sudden it was like incredible. So he goes on to talk about how our greatest joys and our greatest bliss is on the other side of our greatest fears. That if we never, and I was just thinking about this, like if we never face our greatest fears, will we ever know the joy that comes from facing those fears? So for me, in my situation, I had been prepping these queries all week long, for a couple weeks, and planning and writing the queries and writing the synopsis and making sure I had like a bio and comp titles and all of those things. And I even took the time to like draft all the emails and fill out all the forms, all the query manager forms, and just get everything ready so I could just send them all out at once, because I just wanted it to be over. Not the querying, like I wanted the anticipation of the querying to be over, because that for me was the worst part. So I send them all out Friday, and then Saturday morning I get this request, and so I send that out, and I was just thinking all day about that and how like if I hadn't sent those queries on Friday, I would not have gotten that request on Saturday morning. Like what agent is looking at their queries on a Saturday morning? Apparently this one, which I'm thrilled about. Don't get me wrong, I'm thrilled. I knew that I wasn't only going to get requests. I knew that rejections were gonna come in. So I was prepared for that by Monday morning, by today. And they start coming in and yeah, okay, form rejections, like it's a thing in publishing. So I kept thinking about this in relation to fear and joy on the other side of fear, and realizing, fear is good. It's a good thing for us to have. It benefits us. It keeps us safe. It keeps us from doing stupid things. Fear helps us be cautious. It helps us be careful. It helps us take a step back and like really think about what we're about to do. But fear can also create the illusion of danger where no danger actually exists. In putting queries out there and putting my work out for agents to see, I am putting myself in a very vulnerable position. I'm opening myself up to possible pain, but I'm also opening myself up to possible bliss and joy. What my fear doesn't realize is that the only way for me to get my goal of, an offer of representation or a full request or whatever, I have to put myself out. I have to take that risk. So it's up to me to push through that fear and put myself out there. And I have to. Because I want to be published, I want an agent, and if I want all those things, I have to take certain steps. Victoria Schwab has talked about this a little bit, saying I think the way she says it is that your want has to be greater than your fear. Because if you're constantly in fear of rejection or a failure or whatever, you're not going to do anything about it. You're not going to push through it. But if you want something more than you fear the failure of the risk, then you'll do it and you'll make it work. Anyway, those are just kind of some thoughts about fear and querying and just things that have been going through my head. I kind of feel like I've been rambling a little bit, so I apologize. But if you have any thoughts on this topic, I would love to hear them. And I will link to that Will Smith video in the notes. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next week. Bye.